Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I suspect that most of us, if not all of us, engaged in illogical conversations in our lives. Sometimes we employ the illogical, way of arguing. Sometimes the other side, or sometimes both of us. Now, sometimes we do not want to engage in a logical conversation because we don't want to lose the conversation, the debate. And sometimes the other side does the same thing. That is, something obvious, we refuse to accept it because that would run against our whatever interest we have. So we have an obvious situation here. I would say it's obvious. You determine if it's obvious or not. Where you have a person who's buying a condom and is telling you that that person who buys the condom bought the condom to, go running. What? Or I don't know, I bought a rifle just to, go swimming. You know what I mean? Or I will show you, after I read the title, a different take on this, even a little bit closer as an, example. Let's go and see this article coming from Russia Today. Now, Ukraine demands German missiles capable of striking Moscow. Possible shipments of Taurus projectiles with a range of 500 kilometers have reportedly sparked concerns in Berlin of a severe escalation. So, obviously, if you ask for 500 kilometers range missiles, you want to hit something at that distance, don't you? So if you buy a condom, you're going to use it for something, right? Now, if you buy a weapon, you're going to use it to shoot it. Now, it depends what you shoot it at, but still to shoot it. So let me give you this little analogy. So the Ukrainians say, no, it's not for Moscow. Then for what? Is the logical, give me an explanation. Why would you need 500 that's going to really capable of hitting Moscow? It is like I have an argument with my neighbor and we fight here in the street. Right, and his family is in the home over there. So the family is in the home. Go ahead, dog. Your owner is very well behaved. Anyway, so the neighbors over there, his family is far away. You fight with him in the street in between, okay? And whatever he does is bad. And you asked another neighbor to give you a rifle that has the range of shooting that house where he and his family lives. Now, and I will tell you, my neighbor, that I'm not going to use it for that, but I needed that with a range that could possibly hit it. Wouldn't you suspect that that's exactly why you need it? To shoot that house of your neighbor where his family is with everything? I'm not talking about right or wrong. If Ukraine is entitled or it's right within its right to do that. I'm not talking about that one. That's a different conversation. I'm just pointing out that Ukraine wants the missiles to hit Moscow. That's my point. Not 100%, because this is an interpretation of their demands or requests. But I think it's pretty obvious that they want to do exactly that. Like, I want the rifle with the exact range to hit my neighbor's house, not to fight him in the street anymore. I want to hit his house. Now, you tell me you gotta be really arguing in bad faith, all right, or communicating, debating in bad faith, or you're just dumb, or you think the other person is really stupid. So let's see what these guys are saying. Ukraine has asked Berlin to provide it with long-range air-launched missiles that could potentially reach Moscow. The word here is potentially. They didn't say it. A spokesperson for Germany Defense Ministry confirmed on Saturday. On Friday, the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung newspaper reported citing two unmanned insiders, end quote, within the German military that Ukraine, and I'm quoting, urgently wants Swedish-German Taurus missiles. These munitions could be allegedly placed on US-made F-16 fighters, what a coincidence, which are now being considered for delivery to Kiev by several Western countries. Ukrainian President of Ukraine Zelensky is said to have asked for the missiles during his meeting with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in Berlin earlier this month. For now, it is unclear whether Berlin, which earlier said it did not have any F-16s to send to Kiev, will grant this request. The report said the demand presents Berlin with a dilemma, as some of the German government doubt whether Ukraine would sensibly use such a weapon, which can travel 500 kilometers, 310 miles, and is armed with a 500 kilogram warhead. That's a 1,100 or so pounds. As Kiev may use the Taurus to strike Moscow from the border, and I'm quoting, some fear that in a situation of dire need, which could happen when you're desperate, Kiev could allow the war to escalate uncontrollably. End quote. The paper added. According to the outlet, another problem is that the Taurus needs extremely precise and up-to-date information to stage attacks, raising questions as to whether Berlin would be willing to share such data with Kiev. You are commanding them, not Ukrainians. The same thing with many others. Earlier this month, the UK decided to supply Ukraine with Storm Shadow missiles with a range over 250 kilometers, 150 miles, with Moscow Foreign Ministry condemning the move as another step towards a, and I'm quoting, serious escalation. Because if these guys hit Moscow with those 500 kilogram warheads, I guarantee you Russia will, I don't want to say guarantee you, I am 98% certain that the Russians will use tactical nuclear weapons in Ukraine. That's gonna be their response. 98% I think that's gonna be the case. So even without long-range missiles, earlier this month, Kiev unsuccessfully attempted to conduct a strike on the Kremlin using 2 drones, which according to Moscow was an attempt to assassinate Russian President Vladimir Putin. Kiev has denied any involvement with Ukraine. With Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, claimed, "We fight on our territory and we don't have enough weapons for this." All right, well, doesn't matter. I can deny a lot of things. So accusation, people can accuse and people can deny, and then you have to be real and bring evidence, facts, and all that. And then we got into the debate. Oh, you don't have any feelings? Off. Anyway, facts and evidence. So when we try to determine the truth, that's what. If we use feelings and this and that and empathy, the whole justice thing takes. So, what do you think? You see, I said it, I think from March last year, that the Ukrainians will receive everything but probably military, like real military, troops from NATO and nuclear weapons. Anything else, they will receive. And I said submarines and these things will not be feasible in the Black Sea, and they will not receive them, obviously. It will be operated by the Western countries, which are over there. I guarantee you they are over there. But they are still holding their breath underneath, okay? Which is their right. But Ukraine will not receive that. And they received everything, and they will receive F-16s probably. Now, I don't know who's going to fly them. I mean, I don't know. I have a gut feeling, no feelings here, but I have a gut feeling. Sometimes some of us are also entitled to have gut feelings and some other people. So anyway, in this case, yes, I think the Russians are concerned that those guys want to hit exactly that. I mean, why would you need 500? I mean, it's too obvious. But hey, you can always say that and you can always deny it. But if the Germans give them the 500s, I think that will be a hit on Moscow. And there's not going to be only one missile sent over there. There's going to be a lot of them. Why? Because they know the consequences of such an act. So if they just do one time and they don't do too much damage over there, trying to somehow paralyze the leadership of Russia, because only that could be the reason why you need those. You're not going to hit over there, I don't know, some military base, or I don't know, the football field or something like this. No, you want to hit Putin, the Ministry of Defense, and you try to take out a few control and PowerPoints, thinking, not PowerPoint, points of power, where you think you're gonna paralyze those guys somehow, and they're gonna, please, we want peace. And that's stupid. It's only, I would say criminal, because the reaction would be, I think, the one that I said it will be, unfortunately. So I don't see why these guys are so, maybe they're about to lose, retreat, and therefore in their retreat they want to be able to shoot while they retreat as far as possible. That's the other I would say reason, because that's launched by an airplane, so it's not from this. So then we'll see. Do I think the Ukrainians will receive them? Ukraine will receive more longer range missile systems. They will. I mean, I don't see why. They already got those two 350 or something. What's 350 and what's 500? Moscow, they have many other ways to hit Moscow, but that tells you that might be on their mind, and I think they will receive something. If not from Germany, they will receive from someone else. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.